Hi everyone, Dave Altavilla for HotHardware.com here with a quick look at the Samsung Galaxy Tab 10.1. This is a 10.1 inch Android 3.1 based tablet by Samsung. Make sure you stop by our site for the full review with all of our performance analysis, but here's a quick look around the tablet and what comes with it in the box. AC adapter here, standard issue USB sync and charge cable. You get a literature pack, of course, and Samsung does include a nice set of stereo earbuds with the Galaxy tablet as well. Now, the Galaxy Tab 10.1 that we're looking at is a 16 gig model, Wi-Fi only, retails for $499. It's very thin, it's 0.34 inches thick to be exact, which is the exact dimensions of the iPad 2, 0.34 inches thick. We don't have an iPad 2 to show you here. The Galaxy Tab also weighs in at 19.9 ounces, which is lighter than the iPad 2. What we can A/B for you here quickly is what the Galaxy Tab 10.1 looks like versus the Asus Transformer. So here's the Asus Transformer next to it. I'm going to try and get these both on the screen here, a little bit tight, but as you can see, almost identical screen real estate, edge to edge and top to bottom here. But obviously the Transformer has a lot more bezel on it. And so this is a much larger device in general than the Galaxy Tab 10.1, and it's also thicker. So if size is a concern for you, the Galaxy Tab 10.1 definitely has the edge over the Asus Transformer tablet. It's based on an NVIDIA dual-core processor, Tegra 2, 1 gigahertz dual-core processor, and Android 3.1 as we mentioned earlier, with a stock Android installation as you can see here, and a little bit of tweaking in terms of wallpaper for glitz and glamour. Let's take a look around the rest of the tablet now. Now, one of the primary selling points of the Samsung Galaxy Tab is Samsung's new Super PLS display. It is a gorgeous 10.1 inch screen with a native resolution of 1280 by 800, has excellent brightness, contrast, and color saturation. But the viewing angles also are excellent as well. And down here next to the Asus Transformer tablet, you can see that viewing angles are easily as good, but the display is a little bit brighter. So some might argue that the viewing angles are actually better. Let's go ahead and pick up the Galaxy Tab and show you that. As you can see, you lose almost nothing on a tilt away from the camera here. And again, brightness is just excellent with this display. And conversely, let's look at the Transformer. Again, you don't lose a whole lot here, but not quite as bright. The blues on the masthead of HotHardware here, as you can see, not quite as bright and vibrant perhaps as they are on the Galaxy Tab 10.1. Let's hold that up again, you can take a look at it. So again, focusing on the masthead, you can see again the blue is just a little bit brighter, but viewing angles are every bit as good, if not better perhaps, than the Asus Transformer. And we would argue that perhaps, and this is a subjective thing, we don't have an iPad 2 to show you here, but the display here easily rivals the iPad 2. Some may say it's even better, but again, that's debatable. Down here on the bottom, you've got a standard sync and charge port, you've got a microphone port, and you've got a speaker port on this edge of the device. Up top here, you've got a headphone jack, volume rocker, and power button up top as well. Excellent placement there, we really like that. Keeps it out of the way on the edge here where you hold the tablet and you don't accidentally bump into those buttons. Another speaker port right there on this edge. And up top on the front of the device, you've got a 2 megapixel web camera. And on the back, you've got a 3 megapixel camera with flash and autofocus. And the finish in the back of the Samsung Galaxy Tab 10.1 is really nice. This is a white, almost ceramic feeling finish, but a nice glossy, smooth painted finish, and again, looks fairly durable, but definitely a sleek looking tablet to be sure. And of course, as you can see as I walked around the tablet there, the screen certainly does auto rotate, has a built-in accelerometer, and reacts pretty quickly to your movements in that regard. Browsers, standard issue Android 3.1 WebKit browser with pinch and zoom capability, and as you can see, very responsive. And again, we've got a dual-core NVIDIA Tegra 2 processor at 1 gigahertz on board here, so good performance available. And again, a stock Android 3.1 experience here. You get, some basic skinning by Samsung, nothing crazy. You get some customizable home screens, things like that, some wallpaper, but basic stuff with the Android 3.1 experience. including things like the Gallery app and all the apps you're used to in your stock Android tablet experience these days. You get an ebook reader, browser, email, Google search. It's all here. You do get Samsung's Music Hub and a few other add-ons, but nicely, not a lot of bloatware on the Samsung Galaxy Tab 10.1. Now, a couple of rather useful things that Samsung does install on the Galaxy Tab 10.1 is Quick Office HD, which is your basic office productivity app. You've got Excel, Word, PowerPoint, light sort of versions here for the tablet, and so that's the Word doc. Let's go back here and get a new document up, and you can see we've got Excel here. There's the keyboard. Keyboard's actually quite nice. Has a vibrating tactile response, and the keycaps, screen keycaps, are actually nicely spaced and large and fairly easy to type on. Let's go back once more and we'll show you the PowerPoint app. So again, this is Quick Office HD, pretty standard issue open source apps for Office users, Office applications, and Samsung also includes their Android Samsung Apps Store. Here you get things like Angry Birds and a few other apps that are currently on here. Not a lot of content currently, but Samsung does have their own app store as well. And as you can hear, the Samsung Galaxy Tab 10.1 has a pretty good speaker system on board. Actually fairly loud for a tablet, and as you can see, NVIDIA's Tegra 2 dual-core processor with onboard NVIDIA graphics is handling this game easily, and graphics quality in this game actually pretty darn impressive. We're getting good frame rates on the Samsung Galaxy Tab 10.1, so a fair bit of multimedia and gaming horsepower on board the Galaxy Tab 10.1 with its dual-core Tegra 2 processor. So this has been a quick look at the Samsung Galaxy Tab 10.1 tablet. I'm Dave Altavilla for Hot Hardware. Make sure you stop by our site for the full review with our full analysis and benchmark details, and thanks again for stopping by.